getting to know him, seen him around here in the Los Angeles comedy scene, Mr. Jason Van Glass.
Oh, guys, it's great to be here. Summer's a good topic for me because my parents live in Hawaii, and so for many years I was in the habit of visiting them for like 4 or 5 weeks every summer. But they live on the Big Island, which is like a very remote, very rural place. It's nice there, but there's nothing to do. There's no movie theaters. There's no restaurants. You can go snorkeling, which is wonderful, but even if you do that every day, it's noon, and you've done it, and there's like still 12 more hours where you're just alone with your thoughts. And it's the kind of place where you might ask yourself, as I did a few years ago, what is Paula Poundstone up to? Like, what's going on with Paula? And you Google it, and then you're on her like extensive Wikipedia page, at the bottom of which it says that Paula Poundstone's asexual. And you're like, oh, what's that? And you click through that, and you're like, oh, that is me. That's what I am, apparently. I guess what I'm telling you is like I was 30. I was almost 30 when I found out what everyone in middle school already knew. They had the flavor wrong, but it turns out I was queer the whole time. A surprising thing to learn as an adult. And if you don't know what asexuality is, like I did not, it basically means I'm like not DTF. I like women. I've dated women, but I don't really see like what all the fuss is about. It just seems like a lot of work. Yeah, I don't know. It's. I have sympathy for like a gay man in the 50s who was like 30, because like oh, he's in denial. Like, no, you could just not know, and you're like, oh, okay, apparently this is it. I don't know, I was on OkCupid for a while. I dated my 98% match, which is high. If you've been on OkCupid, that's like 89, 90 is good. This was off the charts, and she messaged me just to like touch base. She initiated contact, and I said, won't this just be like when Jerry dates Janine Garofalo, which is in an episode of Seinfeld. But I didn't need to say that because she wrote back, I don't like me, I hate me, which is the correct quote from that episode. So she had passed the riddle and we had to meet. And she was like the same age as me. She'd grown up in the same part of the country. She had pink hair. I don't know what OkCupid's doing to like get that match percentage, but it turned out her father had been a stand-up comedian in the 80s, and she had like all these unresolved issues with him. So the system works. Like whatever, their programmers figured it out. Like this was the one. I wasn't even doing stand-up at that time. OkCupid was like, you should. You should be doing this. You are already dating your doppelganger. Why not ruin your life in 2 ways? Didn't work out, though. Didn't work out because I found, as I said, like I found out, I don't know. It's the strangest thing. Asexuals like lack prominence. Like Paula Poundstone's basically the most famous one. Morrissey is like a maybe. And then like third is me. Like I'm the third most famous asexual. And I'm not famous at all. I guess I don't normally talk about this because I don't know. It's not, normally I do comedy, and I don't talk about this at all because it's not something that's a part of my life. Like it's like it'd be weird being defined by something that you're not. So if we could just keep this between us, not the queer thing, like nobody cares if you're gay, that I'm in my 30s. That's the real coming out of Los Angeles. I feel like half the Southland is in the closet about how young or old they really are. And for me, it's like, I've known I was 32 for a while, but it feels good to say it. That's it for me, you guys. You've been so wonderful, short but sweet. I've been Jason Van Glass. And here comes the host. Thanks, guys.
All right, Jason Van Glass.